Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Martin McPhillamy, owner of Performance Through Health. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click the link below because you can continue to enjoy these videos. They're high value, high quality. And in this episode, we're going to discuss what can you do to help manage your health and performance if you're not able to get the 7, 8 or 9 hours sleep that's recommended. So in this video, we're going to discuss the tools and practices that you're able to use and utilize to manage your stress when it comes to times of high productivity, when you might not be able to get the hours sleep that you need. So there's millions of people out there, you might be one of them if you're listening to this video right now, that are going through a heavy workload. They've got a lot to do in terms of running their business, meetings, work, online content, looking after their family, financial issues, just things going on, trying to stay active in the gym. There's a lot to do, and there's a lot of time nowadays. The world is very fast. We're going through, and the economy is pretty much 24/7 nowadays because we can access it online at any time. People can get onto us on social media, and we're no longer on our own schedule because we're on our schedule on someone that's in our phone book or someone that's on our Instagram, on our LinkedIn, on our Facebook, who could be the other side of the world, and they drop you a message all of a sudden at 9 o'clock, and you just happen to respond to that rather than going to sleep. And then you get caught down a rabbit hole of going through all the things that you need to do, the emails, etc., blah, blah, blah. And before you know it, each night you end up going to bed 11 o'clock and 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, you're up again. And simply, you're just not getting enough sleep. Now, I'm going to tell you, if this is you and this is chronic and this is continuous, you're going to have health issues. You're going to lead to things such as sleep apnea, fatigue, diabetes, chronic health, immune system issues. It's going to lead to that. And you're going to get performance decline. And eventually, you are going to get to a point where you're going to have some kind of dementia, problems with your memory, Alzheimer's. You're just not going to be able to make decisions as fast. And your clarity and focus and your energy is just going to be poor. So I've seen it thousands of times, and this is why I work in this industry, because I want to help individuals like yourself. And I do that through my coaching services, which you can see on performancethroughhealth.com. But anyway, what can we do? What can we do if we have times of stress, if we have times of high workload, high productivity, and we really need to be using more hours in the day than we do at night time? There are practices we can put in place. But before we go into those practices, we need to really think about what is actually happening when we start to skip those hours of sleep. The main thing we're going to talk about here is the impact it has on your nervous system. Because the nervous system is essentially the controller, the CEO of our body, and it pretty much controls everything from how we interpret our senses, to our health, to our regulation of our heart, our brain. But the main thing really that we're looking at is our level of alertness, and our level of focus, our ability to focus, stay calm, and our stress resilience. Now, when we have less than 6 hours sleep, and we keep doing that chronically, then we're going to get into a place where we have what's called stress overload, overactivation of the sympathetic nervous system, and that's going to put us into a state of constant threat detection. We are seeking out the issues in our life that is going to cause us havoc, or the problems that we have, and we're not able to shift our focus into a place where we want to be productive, maybe in the work, when we get into those flow states, our intuitive states, our creativity, where we just sit down and all of a sudden time disappears. We're not able to get into those because really we're in that state when our body has kind of some form of balance within our nervous system, and we're able to get into a low level of safety. Our social connection, our vagus nerve in our body is sending signals to our brain to say that things around us are safe, and therefore we can focus and concentrate for long times without even know it. But when we sleep less, we get overactivation of this side of things. We get overactivation of the sympathetic nervous system, and we can't get into these states as much. But one of the things that we can do to help induce these is to ensure that we are taking strategic rest and recovery protocols and placing those into certain phases throughout the day, potentially after a large work bout, or when you're feeling tired, fatigued, or early in the morning when you didn't get enough sleep. And that's going to allow us to then potentially just improve our focus, energy, productivity, and overall our performance. So what are these? Number one is we can just do some slow breathing. We can just breathe slowly. We can start to utilize breath work to start to shift ourselves into a parasympathetic state, to have just to give our mind a bit of a rest, get some clarity, to calm our body, to relax us, and just put into 5-10 minutes in there in place, and just to make sure that when we come back, okay, we've had some rest that's additional to it, so we're not overstressed and we can get back into the work again. Number two, Yoga Nidra, or non-sleep deep rest protocols. Plug your earphones in, just whack them, just lay down, don't move, have 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes of a break, get back into your work, get back into your progress, keep on going. Number three, if you're lucky enough to do this, being here in Bali, Indonesia at the moment, I'm very fortunate that it is a low price, but having a massage or even self-massage, doing something to just get rid of some of the tension in the body, just to do some slow breathing whilst you're doing that as well, just to relax yourself, get some rid of that tension, offload it so you can get back into the work, get focused, get productive, and keep on going. Number four is naps. Now, naps, again, are beneficial for individuals who can't get the hours sleep at night time. You might just want to throw a 10-20 minute nap in every now and then. As long as it's before 7 hours before you go to sleep, then you're able to, it's going to be a benefit for you, and it's going to help with your performance. So there are four just little tips that you can use when you don't get enough hours sleep, when those times where you need to be more productive. Maybe those, the 2 hours more in bed isn't as productive, but those 10 to 15 minute breathing sessions, self-massage, yoga nidra, or a little nap is just going to be beneficial in terms of your health and your productivity in that moment. But overall, you need to be ensuring that you're an individual who gets those hours sleep in the long term.